Back to Victoria Point, Casheezi Park, the home ground of the Redland Bombers. They're at home to the Brisbane Lions in near full round 3. This is near full TV. Michael Price with Will Ralston calling all the action. And at quarter time, it's a 19-point lead to Redland, 5-4-34 to the Lions, 2-3-35. They've been dominant apart from the last part of that first quarter, Will.
Yeah, last 5 minutes. And the scoreboard almost flattered Redland at the end of that quarter, I think. They had a few early shots, but some of those shots for the Lions easily could have gone through at this right-hand end, I believe. So O'Donnell will be happy with that.
He should be. Now the Lions will be kicking to the right of screen in the second quarter. That is the scoring end here. It is Smith, who, oh, good tap down. Ball falls at his feet. Cass battling away for the Bombers. Slaps it towards Pfeiffer. Scrubs it off the ground in a tangle with Rains. The ball's dribbling towards the boundary line and will win the chase. There'll be a ball up between centre wing and left half forward for the Bombers. They're kicking to the left of screen in this second term.
The injection of Rains in that midfield is a big advantage, I feel. When he gets his hands on it, you feel like something's about to happen. So Hunt has front position here. So Thompson works his way. Lions get first hands on it through O'Brien. O'Brien over the top, Rains. Hayes. Back to Crisp, back to O'Brien. This might just work out, but it's going to roll over. Almost clipped his foot on the way out. But the boundary umpire gives him benefit of the doubt, so we'll have an identical throw in here.
Darren Pfeiffer, number 11 for the Redland Bombers, but a touch of the Robert Copeland's about that look.
Yeah, that thick beard.
Ball slapped down by Smith to Crisp. He's tackled by Pfeiffer with that rough beard, and it's a beautifully executed tackle. Threw him down, wins the free kick, spots a man, the kick not as good, and it's Hayes who takes the mark for the Lions. Sees Rains running past, gives him the handball. Rains long towards the outer wing, trying to spot up his man there in Warren. He did well to control it, but then he slung there, gets rid of the ball into the centre square. Bombers will come away with the ball again. It's going to come out to Pfeiffer again on the commentary side. The ball bounces kindly for him. He chips it forward now to Zufa. Runs to 50. He doesn't know whether he's going to have a shot or not. Oh. He shouldn't have even bothered thinking about it. What a ripper. Daniel Zufa on the left foot from 50 on the fly. Thank you very much. And Redland open up the scoring in the second term. 6-4-40, 2-3-15, the Brisbane Lions.
If you don't mind Daniel Zufa, like you said, he hesitated. I don't know why he would. That was bread and butter for him. He didn't even look like missing that.
Very calm there. As you said, I couldn't believe he was thinking of chipping the ball to his teammate in the forward pocket. Realised he was too close. Thought, I've got the skills. Why not have a go from 50?
Got a beautiful left foot, Daniel Zufa. So this is going to be a centre bounce. Redland leading by 25 points. Smith wins that one again. Lions first hands, but it goes straight to Malone. Malone puts it inside 50, and that's a mark. Strong contested mark in front of Daniel McStay, and that is going to be Daniel Zufa once again. 2 in a minute, maybe.
Well, he's got the experience. He's, 24, 25 years old now, Daniel Zufa. He's got that experience underneath his belt. Maturing as a footballer as we speak.
Zufa, on his trusty left foot, comes in 40 metres out, directly in front. And the goal umpire has not moved a muscle. That is a wonderful finish from Daniel Zufa. Just the start Redland wanted. We called this as the difficult scoring end, but Zufa has shut us up completely. That is 2 perfect finishes from him.
A couple of goals in a minute to Daniel Zufa and the Redland Bombers, and they get away to a flyer in the second term. And that's the thing, when they are moving the ball quickly into that forward 50, they've got the targets in Cleve Hughes and Zufa himself.
McStay would be disappointed with that defensive effort as well. He wasn't that far off.
So we're back into the middle. It'll be Smith versus Malone for the Bombers. Malone gets up high. Ball contested beautifully there. It's with Rees. Rees to Pfeiffer. Good quick hands. Just couldn't get a hold of it there in Cass. But it's still with the Bombers. They're under pressure. They lose the handle on it. It's picked up by Crisp. He's immediately set upon again. Cass in and under again. The ball kicks out to Rains, but it's been called a throw by the umpire.
It looked like a throw too. It was almost too good. So this is going to be Passfield, sorry. He's got guys screaming in either direction, but he decides to pump it in long, inside 50. Pack flies. Hughes can't take it. The Lions, a few men standing. But this one isn't going to be going anywhere, so it's another ball up inside 50 for Redland. And
once again, Zufa had a tackle there and really making himself known in this early part of the second term. Ball falls to O'Brien for the Lions, kicks it long down centre wing. It bounces out in front of Jono Freeman and Andrew Smith for the Redland Bombers. They're leading here by 31 points. We've played around about 5 minutes of the second term here on Neefle TV. That wind sprung up again towards the end that the Lions are kicking, but Redlands have got the first 2 goals on the board in this quarter, and they're away again. It's going to come through Stephen, inside 50. It's an ill-directed kick, and the mark taken by the experienced Lion in Polkinghorn.
Polkinghorn asking players to do something for him. Goes to Smith on the wing, but that's been intercepted. Oh, Smith gets away with one, and he might be sore. That might be a shoulder for the Redland player on the far side. I think it's Salter. Smith, not to anyone's advantage in particular. Hayes picks that one up, loose handball, and Hayes is taken over the line as well.
Just kept an eye on Salter there. He immediately talked to by the trainer, but he's up and about immediately and back into the contest.
That's
so he'll
good.
be running towards this boundary throw-in.
Yeah, it was a heavy collision. Smith versus Hunter. Hunter bashes it forward, Clark Keating style, crisp, handball over the top. Hayes will pick this one up again. Tries to find Chris, but it's been intercepted by the Redland player, and Hunter is going to get this one back. That's Sondergeld. Puts it to the top of the 50. Nearly a strong mark. Could have been chopping the arms. Gets away with it. Good soccer inside 50 now. This is going to be Hughes. Hughes evades the tackle. Polkinghorn did well, but Estel hooks it onto the right, and he can only manage a minor score.
So once again, it's that transition and play. Once they get a shot at it, they slingshot it forward. Lions bringing it back in. Oh, very precise, but a great spoil there by Sondergeld for the Bombers. Punches it over the boundary line. There'll be a throw in at left half forward. Again, the Lions looking to be precise with that kick. It was on target, but perhaps not the right choice as Sondergeld closed in very, very quickly. He's been very busy today so far. Smith in front, double hands it down, but again it's picked up by the Bombers. It was cast, but a free kick behind the play against Crisp to Sondergeld. He's 55 metres out. A lot of players in front of him, not a lot of movement. Hughes is battling with Gardner down in the goal square. Ball goes to the hot spot, big fly in the front. The ball's picked up there by Stephen. He chips the ball backwards to Cass. Cass, the sweeping handball over to Salter. He was on the ground before, not a problem with these running there, and kicks the goal for the Bombers. They've got another one.
Again, far too easy. Just simple transition of handballs and kicks. They spread it from the contested position and found 2 loose men with absolutely no pressure on them whatsoever. So that was, once again, bread and butter for Salter. And good to see he's bounced back from that injury. I thought he might have been in a bit of trouble before. Sondergaard got a bit of a Paul Medhurst look about him. He's
yes,
close to the ground, low centre of gravity. But he's been very busy. He'd be one of their best so far.
Well, again, they've made the comments we were making about the scoring end being the right of screen. Redland to kick 3 goals, 1 this term. The Lions yet to score. So we'll have Matt Maguire in the ruck now up against Hunter. Hunter wins that decisively to Sondergeld. Sondergeld looks for Pfeiffer. Bounces again for him. He picks it up, shoots well, he overcooks the pass, looking for Salter. He's now involved in a contest. He's got Freeman on his hammer. Picks it up nicely, gets it towards the wing. It bounces away from the big fella in Hunter, and Crisp is picking it up for the Lions. Wobbly kick from him to nobody in particular, and the Bombers' defence will run this out through half back.
Kick over the top. That's going to land in the hands of Passfield. He finds Brewer inside in the centre square. Brewer evades the would-be tackler. And that's a great kick onto the chest. Estel. And he's able to pop it over the top. Oh, and it's a bad drop by Zufa, but he gets it back to Zufa, does Sondergeld. Zufa tries to get onto his left. Oh, if you don't mind, Daniel Zufa. He is making a mockery of the defence up forward. That is 3 magical kicks in the first half of this quarter. Once again, he hesitated, but hemmed in onto that left foot. Wasn't a challenge whatsoever.
He seems to be looking to be unselfish when he gets the ball, but thinks, well, why not if I'll have a ping? It's going to work for him. Now, he's kicked 3 very good goals in this quarter, has Daniel Zufa. And the Redland Bombers, well, that's their 4th of the quarter.
Like we were saying, Sondergeld very busy. Salter and, of course, Zufa have probably been the best for Redland. Crisp has been lively for the Lions, but some of his disposal has really let him down.
Interesting for Redland this year, they've got 12 new players onto their list for 2014. Really gelling well at the start of the season, winning their first game last week. Now it's Rains from the centre bounce, comes in, just decides to go long and bounce it towards the goal square. That could have been anything from long distance. Bounce through for a behind. The Lions with their first score of the quarter, 2-3-16 plays 9-5-59.
Almost a sense of frustration there from Rains, looking for a target and just says, I'll have to go up myself. Redlands play on in the back pocket. Mark is taken by Salter. Salter works it out to Smith. Smith plays on. He looks for Scott. Scott takes a simple chest mark. Right back flank for Redland. Play on now. Not much on offer. Is he going to switch it back? No, he decides to chip it out wide again. Salter takes another mark. Busy this quarter, puts it onto the chest of Sondergeld. Sondergeld, hands inside. This is Smith. They work it out through some handballs. Sondergeld once again puts it inside 50 now. Polkinghorn's underneath it. Tries to spoil it away. Doesn't get much distance on it. That's going to be picked up by Gardner. Cheap little kick. Polkinghorn tries to bash it away. Disguised it as trying to get it to Hayes. And I think, no, it wasn't paid. I thought it might have been a deliberate. That was the boundary umpire. So this is going to be a throw in 50 metres out from the Redland goal.
So they're leading by 43 points. About 10 minutes gone in the second quarter here, Redland. Chipped inside 50. Oh, ripping one-handed mark there from McStay. He plays on. That's a dinky little kick, looking for McGuan. He puts on the afterburners. Overcooks the handball, but it does bounce there for Edwards. He's under pressure. Oh, good tackle there by Passfield. Very unlucky not to be called holding the ball. Good smother from Cass. Bombers putting a lot of pressure on here on centre wing. Zufa, the handball back to Cass. Cass steadies. Half smothered there by McGuan. O'Brien picks it up at Cass, follows up the good work and buries O'Brien into the turf. Good pressure there by the Redland Bombers here. They are putting the Lions under enormous pressure. There'll be a ball up between wing and half forward.
You can just see these younger players. It's a completely different intensity. They're trying to take the game on. Credit to them, but it's just not working out. Edwards, once again, he tries to take on a tackle and he gets buried almost instantaneously. So we'll have an identical ball up where it just was.
Bit of a size difference there between the top-up player in Isaiah Edwards and the big fella in Hunter. Hunter gets this tap down. It was Stephen for the Bombers who propels it forward. Now Thompson, long ball towards the hot spot. Oh, good defensive work there from Gardner. Ball's kicked forward there by the Bombers off the ground. One behind results. So it's 9-6-60, plays 2-4-16. We played just about 13 minutes of the second term here in round 3.
Polkinghorn, Conway. Conway, cheeky little kick. Is that 50? No. O'Brien will go back, but very hesitant. He doesn't have much on offer. He's going to have to go long to Freeman and Smith, I believe. Freeman goes up, nearly takes a strong mark. McGuan reads the crumbs, tackled strongly, lands awkwardly. Smith gets his hands loose, over the top of Crisp, and this is going to be Stephen. A couple of players around a contested footy. Stephen once again. Edwards goes to ground, and that'll be another ball up. The ball's been hovering around here for a while now. See who can come away with it.
Scrappy play. The Bombers leading by 44 points. 3 very good goals from Daniel Zufa so far this second term as Thompson kicks it long. It's going to bounce in between a couple of different players. Good defensive work there by the Lions. It was that Gardner gets it toward McStay, 25 or 27. That's the way I'm seeing it, Will.
Yeah.
And
Burke's gone down.
Line. Now, what's he done there? He's clutching the back of his leg there.
I have a feeling it's a cork. He grabbed the left glute. Hopefully it's nothing too serious.
You call the game, I'll keep an eye on Burke.
Smith over the top, Crisp on the right foot. To the advantage of McGuan, but that's going to dribble over as well. Burke doesn't look in good shape, does he?
No, he's definitely got the limp on it. It might have been a cork, as you say, around the buttock area, perhaps. Looks like that kind of went going on.
Left half forward for Redland. Sondergeld, Thompson. Thompson drops one he probably should have taken. Goes for the sock and completely misses it. And this one's going to go over as well. So, bit of a lull in the game for the last 5 minutes. And I just glanced at the scoreboard. I don't remember it getting out to 44 points. It's Been a pretty dominant quarter for Redland.
So they've kicked 4 goals, 2 to the Lions' solitary behind, or 2 behinds here. So as at half forward, it's O'Brien running towards the boundary line. Pressure again from Sondergeld and from Blake Brewer. And there'll be another throw in. Seems like the bit of cloud cover has given the players a bit of respite today, and around about 31, 32 degrees to start with. Throw in. Pfeiffer comes in, third man up, so the Bombers are away with the ball. It's Thompson, kicks it long towards the hot spot. This is Estel's going to be flying over Hughes, punched through by the Lions defence and Polkinghorne decisively. And there's another behind, 9-7, 61 for 2-4-16, the Bombers leading.
That spread is just devastating for Brisbane. You saw that clearance there. As soon as they got 2 free men away from the contest, it was easy pickings. Puts it long. And is that a mark? Man in front? Yes, he's going to give it to young Hayes. So Hayes on the defensive 50. Finds Crisp. Crisp can run. He just elects to go back and take his kick. So Crisp, little chip over the top. That's going to land in Smith's hands. Smith, he plays on. Back to Hayes. Hayes evades one, slips over. Smith did well to force the Shepherd. O'Brien, little kick. Could have been taken by Close. Close goes for the tackle, and this one is probably going to end up in another contested footy. No, it won't. Crisp gets away with it. O'Brien, handball was partially smothered. Is paid holding the man, so that's going to go back to O'Brien, and he'll put this one inside 50.
So O'Brien, all the numbers back for Redlands. He bombs it long towards the forward pocket. In fact, almost into the change rooms. It's out of bounds on the full. And there'll be a free kick to the Bombers. They want to move the ball quickly. It's going to, he was heading towards Cast, but intercepted. It was an ordinary kick, and it was Conway who took the mark for the Lions, about 30 metres out on a slide angle. Again, good movement quickly from the Redland Bombers, but the execution not as good as it has been.
Yeah, it looked like spreading very quickly there. A rare defensive error from Redland. So let's see what Conway is like as a set shot for goal. It's not the easiest kick in the world. He'll be about 40 metres out. Conway comes in, and he's kicked that one well. So that's going to go straight through the middle, and that's going to bring it back to a, help me with my maths here, Michael, is that a
40-point game?
40-point game. No, 39. Oh, they haven't put that behind on, have they?
Oh no, we're both wrong.
We're both wrong.
We'll call it a 39-point game.
39-point game.
So 9-7-61 to Redland. They played Brisbane Lions 3-4-22. Around about 17 minutes gone of the second term here in Nearful round 3. It's the Redland Bombers versus the Lions here at Casheezi Park. I'm Michael Price. I've got Will Ralston calling the game with me. And a lovely day for footy here on a Saturday afternoon. Beautiful Redlands. Bit of work going on in the centre circle there. Ball is tapped down by Freeman, uncontested, picked up by the Lions and hacked towards half forward. Good contest there, good spoil there from the Redlands player in Jones. Ball's going to spill now. It was Passfield. Passfield back to Jones. Rogerson now up the line. Thompson read it better. Got rid of his man, takes the mark. He wants to play on. Oh, lucky for him, he had his mate in Scott there. Scott chips it forward. It's going to be cut off there by O'Brien for the Lions, who's getting involved.
That was good from O'Brien. He directs a short kick to Warren in front of Brad Rees. Warren goes back to McStay. McStay to Conway. Turns the body well. Ball falls to his advantage, but that's holding the ball every day of the week, umpire. And they've played on with the advantage. So that's going to be Howard that gets onto the end of this one. Howard with a shot for goal, takes a bounce. He should put that straight through the middle. Unselfish play from Howard. And that's landed with Estel. So how many's he kicked now, Michael?
Oh, I think
that's
he's
his
kicked
third. Two?
We'll have to double check.
I'll have to double check that. I've been average with my stats so far. I keep thinking it's...
At least you can
Howard
read your
kicking
own writing, champ. That's the main thing. Oh, at minimum, he's got 2.
At minimum, he's got 2. Good spread of goal kickers, actually, for Redland, between Zuffa, Hughes and Estel. They've got multiples. You can tell the hardened edge of someone like a Ryan Lester or one of the players they lost last week, like Robertson.
Might have been handy, especially they're missing their run-off halfback with Harwood, especially. I saw last week against the Gold Coast Suns. They were up against an undermanned Suns, and that was a vital link in the chain there. Freeman now will win the tap for the Brisbane Lions, basically drops it at his feet. It's propelled towards the Bombers' goal. Cass almost flicked it up to Passfield, gets it inside 50, honours the lead of Zuffa and hits him 45 metres out on a 45-degree angle. It's as simple as that.
Another one just far too easy. Freeman keeps going for these taps over the back of his shoulder, and he's winning them, but I don't think it's falling to any one of his players' advantage.
Well, we need to have a look at their setup next centre bounce to see if they've got any players in the midfield on the defensive side. As Zuffa will come in for his 4th goal, he unleashes from 50. It holds up in the breeze. It's going to drop, big leap there, off hands, it's into the forward pocket, and there'll be a throw-in right beside the point post. With the Redland Bombers leading by 45 points, about 20-odd minutes gone in the second term.
It's a pretty scary lead for a second quarter, isn't it? Ball in. Freeman can't win that one down. Hayes bashes it over the top. He might follow up his own ball. Handball defensively, dangerous. And that is well tackled once again. McStay gets away with it. Back to Hayes. No, that's going to be Edwards. But Salter lands up with it. Brewer on outside of the foot. And that is a wonderful finish by Brewer. Once again, just experience, and as soon as the ball starts bobbling around in defence like that, Redland know how to capitalise.
Well, they certainly do. Added 6 goals, 3 to what we referred to as the non-scoring end in the first term.
Yeah.
They've made a mockery of that.
To be fair, the wind has died down. To be fair to us, really.
You're learning straight up. Nicely played there, Will. But again,
Wasn't
it's
our
a
fault.
magnificent day here at Casheezi Park at Victoria Point. The Redland Bombers absolutely enjoying a day out in the sun so far against the Brisbane Lions.
Let's see where Freeman directs this tap.
Well, that was more forward. Sondergeld now gets it back there to Passfield. He kicks it long inside 50, and Zuffa 45 metres out. It's a simple game footy. Get it out of the middle, kick it straight into the forward 50 and have a forward deal with it. Zuffa turns on the left, unleashes, had the distance, just faded at the last moment. One behind results. 11-8-74, plays 3-4-22.
It's getting intimidating now. If that keeps happening out of the centre, it's going to be a long, long day for these Brisbane Lions reserves. Polkinghorne plays onto himself, puts it long up the wing, close underneath it. Can't take the mark, close, gathers it though. It's going to be Edwards, puts it to the advantage of Freeman, but that's a great spoil by Smith. Andrew Smith, that is. And we'll have another boundary throw-in on this left forward flank for Redland. Freeman and Smith underneath it. Off a few hands. This is going to be Miller. Down the wing. Maguire can't get his hands on it. Close. Good intercept by Redland in defence once again. And Williams is able to work it out. Puts it to a dangerous position. Who's underneath that? Rogerson. Handball's back. But Rogerson is able to clean it up. Back to Smith. And Redlands once again work this one out. That is really well played by Redlands. They had a bit of pressure there and they still managed to rebound this one beautifully.
So Smith again, long down the outer side to the outer wing. Kick not in favour of the Bombers. Went to McStay now.
Burke's back out there.
Burke towards left half forward. There's going to be a big flight at the back from close. He recovers well, battles for the ball on the ground, but it's out of bounds and the left half forward for the Lions, and there'll be a throw-in. Again, when they're getting the ball, the purpose doesn't seem to be there. It's just bombing it towards a pack of players. Hunter against Smith. Hunter wins this one. Ball's with Smith again. That's the Bombers Smith. That was Scott. Tries the subterranean handball. Misses his player, and there'll be another throw-in a similar spot.
Well, of course, the Lions are missing probably their top 5 performers from last week. And it was always going to show in some capacity. Smith and Hunter. Smith over the back cleverly. Polkinghorne throws a blind handball over the top. That's going to stay in briefly. It's well picked up by that Lions play. Puts it to a dangerous position. McGuan can't get his hands on it. McGuan gathers it once again. McGuan on the right. That might just curl through. No, he's pushed it to the left. And that's a minor score for Brisbane, putting them up to 3-5-23.
So the 1-2 for Brisbane so far in their second term, in answer to the Redland Bombers, 6 goals, 4. Bombers bring it down the outer side. It's with Josh Smith. Smith finds his man on the outer side. Salter, co-captain, 3 captains for the Redland Bombers in Salter, Zufa and Cass, sharing the leadership load across the club. It's with Luke Rogerson now. Finds his mate in Andrew Smith. Smith's got a man leading for him. It's Jones, Tyler Jones, takes it on right half back. He spots up a player in the middle. It's Howard. The handball now over to Brewer. Brewer puts his mate under pressure and Thompson back to Howard. Howard on the right foot. He's got a player all by himself. How did that happen? It's Cleve Hughes. Takes it on the 50-metre arc. Wheels around. Chips it towards the goal umpire. Oh, it stays in. And the Lions will wheel this away. They've got the numbers here. They almost marked it up with the defensive pressure from Pfeiffer, but they've kicked it outside 50 now. Young Miller. Good strong mark taken in front of Passfield for the Bombers.
Miller hands it off to Crisp. Crisp, disciplined kick to McGuan. That's a good mark from him. Hope he can get back into the game. He's been unsighted this quarter. McGuan puts it long, and that's going to land to the advantage of Driffield. Driffield gathers it, takes on a couple of tacklers. Crisp. But once again, this hardened back defensive line of Redland are able to work it out once again. Jones. Still inside 50. He decides to switch. That's going to land with Reese. Reese over the top to Salter. And just control the tempo. Scott doing as they please at the moment. Redland, Brewer. Lands at the feet. He's got Salter as an option, but he decides to go straight back to Scott.
Just using the ball, finding their targets, running into space. Salter on the outer side. See on the outer side there's a lot of people taking shade under the trees on the outer wing. Zufa, good lead, great pass, takes the mark. Handball's back inboard. Here's a chipping pass to the leader, Cleve Hughes. 45 metres out directly in front and a great pass by Phil Cass.
Seemed inevitable, didn't it? They would have had about 15 kicks in that transition that basically all hit their targets.
That's right, all hitting their targets there. Calm, under pressure. So Hughes has kicked 3 for the day. Let's go from 50. It looks good. Goal umpire doesn't even move. That's a brilliant kick from Cleve Hughes. He's kicked 4. And that's Redland's 12th. 12-8-80. Plays 3-5-23 with around about 27 minutes gone of the second term.
Well, they certainly know how to play this ground. In front of goal, they've been superb so far. 12-8. And I think a few of those behinds have come from defensive rushed efforts from Brisbane. So that has been a bit of a difference so far, but it is 2 different standards out there at the moment. It's a 57-point lead.
I think we saw it just about 4 or 5 minutes ago where a young Lions player got the ball, but he tried to stand in the tackle, but just doesn't have the body required, then thrown to ground and the ball went loose. Smith
wins that one down again. He's been not too bad in the ruck. That's going to work out for Redland once again. Grew up, puts it inside 50. Burke's underneath it. So's McStay. McStay falls to the ground. Thompson. But once again, the plethora of Redland players. And who's going to kick this one? It's going to be Pfeiffer. So they're just lining up now. It's getting a bit ugly. About 25 minutes into this second quarter, and it's been pushed out to a 63-point lead.
Yep, over the 10 goals now. Pfeiffer with his second, and that is the 8th goal of the term for the Redland Bombers. Lions with the 1 goal too. So it's be interesting to see what can happen after half-time when Coach Gary O'Donnell addresses these players. From the Brisbane Lions, Coach Greg Seaton-Lonsdale as well for the Bombers will be very happy. As Archie Smith goes back into the ruck for the Lions. Who is it in there for Redland? Looks like Smith. So both Smiths in the ruck. Let's say it's won by Smith. Smith ends up with the ball and gives it back to Rains. Now Rains had a free kick there, a bit of contact off the ball. He looks for Polkinghorne, then on to Rudford. Top up player, misses the target. Ping for
Holding the ball,
which is, that was red hot. Bombers will take it though. That's Thompson. Sees a man there. Oh, here's Pfeiffer again running free. He's going to go over the top and the Bombers are going to just exchange the handballs. Cass to Hughes. Champagne from the Bombers there. Just run the young Lions off their feet. Use of the ball, almost arrogantly popping it through. That is Cleve Hughes' 5th of the day. And Redlands 14th, 14-8-92 to the Lions 3-5-23. And we've played nearly 30 minutes of the second term.
Well, you called it arrogant football. That's almost as close as you get to arrogant football. Take your pick. There was 5 players that could have kicked that goal.
They're still wanting to share it around though. Wanting to share it around. It's the way to be successful.
They won't be far off posting a 200-point score at this rate, will Redland. So once again, I think it might be Smith versus Smith. That's going to land with Polkinghorne. He hands it over the top. Smith will grab this one. Oh, he's been taken high. Gets no free kick. Miller puts it long. Close can't take it. Will he go off the ground? And once again, Redland are able to work that one out defensively, so they've rushed that one over.
They're bringing it out quickly. Ball's on the outer side with Josh Smith. He looks for a lead in Salter. Almost grasped it in the one grab. Ball goes loose now. It was Warren for the Lions who fed it out. Now goes to half forward. Polkinghorne made his way up from the back line. He wants to go long. Can produce a long kick. He gets it towards a very dangerous spot. Oh, beautifully taken. Fly to the ball. Was that Matt Maguire coming back?
I think it was.
You wouldn't want to stand in the Goose's way when he's running back from the ball.
No.
Jonathan Brown style,
Yeah, exactly.
both from Warrnambool. Both used to beat each other up in the under-16s. He knows what it's like to run back with a flight.
Well, Jonathan Brown copped a face full of one of them, I think, in the pre-season of, was it 2013?
Still wearing the scars. Jono Brown, but Matt Maguire could relieve some of the pressure here for the Brisbane Lions. That's saying something. Currently, quite a way back. They've only got the 3 goals. They've only kicked the 1 this term. So Maguire comes in, makes the goal umpire work a lot and work very, very hard. So only 1 point results. And that is a dominant quarter for the Redland Bombers here at Casheezi Park. 14-8-92, played 3-7-25. And that is a 67-point margin and at half time. Daniel Zufa started that second quarter on fire. 3 quick goals. Cleve Hughes chipped in with another couple. Pfeiffer, Estel. It was all happening for the Redland Bombers.
That's the thing. You can't really name who's been the top 5 best. There's almost been 10 that have been exceptional for Redland.
They're moving the ball very, very quickly. As we have a look at some champion data stats, I might get you to have a quick through and look through there and see who our major possession winners are.
Our major possession winners so far, we have Salter with 17, Thompson 14, Pfeiffer with 12, and there's a whole gang of players that are in double figures. For goals, we have Zufa 3, I think Estel has 3 as well, Pfeiffer 2. I can't see Hughes' name because he'd have a bag as well. He's also got a bag of 3. For the Lions, no multiple goal kickers so far, only 1 to O'Brien, Freeman and Conway. Major ball winners, O'Brien has 14 touches as well. He's probably been the standout for Brisbane along with Polkinghorne.
And 3/4 time at Kippax Oval in the ACT. The UWS Giants still lead 12-17-89 to the Belconnen Magpies, 110-16. The game slipping away from the Belconnen Magpies, who of course copped an awful flogging in round 1 of the NEAFL against Aspley. It was something in close to the vicinity of 150 odd points. So rebuilding phase for the Belconnen Magpies in the NEAFL.
Another interesting statistic, Redland out disposing the Lions by almost 60 touches so far. It's roughly 200 to 140, so you can see it on the scoreboard. It's been a pretty dominant half from the Redland Bombers.
Absolutely. Now, when it comes down to it, there's body size and there's a whole bunch of reasons why you would be facing a good 11-goal deficit at half time. But some of the Lions top-up players are putting themselves in reasonable positions. Sometimes just the body is, or the mind's writing checks, the body's not cashing at the present time. That's about it as far as I can see. But definitely a a dominant second term from the Bombers in more ways than one.
We might need to amend that analysis of the scoring end as well for this second half.
Yeah, we might do that. We'll come back very shortly with that second half. Just repeating the halftime score. Redland Bombers 14-8-92, leading the Brisbane Lions 3-7-25. This is Near Full TV Round 3 action from Victoria Point.